Welcome to Tasmania, Australia's only island state. Its pristine natural environment and cleanest air in the world makes this area so unique compared to other states in Australia. I am truly in awe by all its ever-changing beautiful landscapes, from mountains to rivers, waterfalls, lakes, beaches, the trout fishing, the hiking and wildlife. It truly is a nature lover's playground. 150 days here was merely enough. I hope you guys enjoy this documentary as much as I did making it, and that I can do this region the justice it truly deserves. Tasmania is located about 240 kilometres south of mainland Australia across the Bass Strait. So to get across, you must board the Spirit of Tasmania. You can sail during the day or overnight, and it takes 9 to 11 hours depending on weather conditions. You can purchase a recliner chair, or you can bougie out a little like I did and get a bed, which definitely made for a much more pleasant experience. It cost around $2,000 return for me and my vehicle to head over and back, and included the deluxe cabin. On board there are bars, cafes, a movie theatre and plenty of room to walk around to fill in the time. I, however, sailed overnight, so after a glass of wine, it was straight to sleep for me. Alright, I will have this, have a shower, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. I've just been sitting relaxing looking out at Tasmania. I'm just going to finish packing up my stuff and we'll go and get a coffee. Probably got about 20 minutes or so until we got to disembark. It took me a little while to fall asleep last night because we went through a bit of a rough section, and sometimes I do struggle with seasickness, but I was all good. I did fall asleep eventually. Let's go get a coffee. The free camping here is seriously like nowhere else I've been in Australia. You can get beautiful campgrounds basically all to yourself. I find these spots on HEMA Maps, Wikicamps, or off Google Maps. You depart the Spirit of Tasmania in the north of the state at Devonport, and I decided to head to the west to begin with. This camp spot here is called Lake Kathina. I won't be able to have a fire tonight because there's a total fire ban of this whole region, which makes sense because it is quite warm and there's so many trees around. I think I'm actually going to start cooking some dinner. I'm just going to do something really easy tonight. I think I'm just going to have veggie soup. This sun is seriously so nice. Now, one thing I was really keen on ticking off while I was here was to catch a trout. And all I'm going to say at this stage is that it's going to take a bloody lot of hours, persistence, and multiple locations to dial these guys in, because for me, they were not easy to find and not easy to catch. I have just been walking around to a few different spots, having a few casts and then moving on because they can get a bit spooked by the lure. There's no point just staying in the one spot because they've probably actually left. I should also mention you do have to have a license to fish in Tasmania. I bought a 1 year I guess, pass or license. It was $93.50 from memory. And the lady actually did let me know that there's some sort of competition on at the moment where if you get a trout and it's tagged, there's a few around that are worth $5,000, and then there's one trout that's worth $25,000. I mean, I don't like my chances, but that's pretty cool that they do those sort of competitions or incentives as well. As we make our way a little further west, we hit Cradle Mountain, which is a really iconic and famous spot. To access this region, you park at the visitor centre and then jump on a short shuttle bus to access the national park. The Dove Lake track we're walking on is a 6-kilometre circuit and is a must-do while visiting. Wow. It's so quiet. While the views around this lake are absolutely incredible, I think we should do something a little more challenging tomorrow. So we're going to hike to the top of Cradle Mountain. The hike takes 7 to 9 hours and is rated as hard and quite strenuous. The final section of the 1,545 metre summit requires technical, unmarked rock scramble over big boulders. So keep that in mind if you are thinking of doing this hike. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't stop laughing. Tell me why. It is the first week of February. It is 6 degrees right now. It is 6 degrees. I can't hike in these conditions, guys. I don't function. What are we gonna do all day? Oh, so I woke up this morning. It started raining as soon as I woke up, so I just threw everything in the back seat, so ignore that. Guys, what are we gonna do? I can't. I recently read a quote that said the weather will never be bad where I am, so I've decided to take that quite literally. I went and got an early lunch and watched some hail that, yes, turned into snow. Although the conditions aren't great to hike up a mountain today, we're still going to make the most of the day. Firstly, I was at the right place at the right time to help these girls jumpstart their van. Little side note on that, if you can carry jump leads, you definitely should. I've actually helped a few people on my travels. And then, like always, what do we do if it rains? We go see waterfalls, and wait till you see this one. I've never had to pack for a hike where I have to prepare for snow or for sunburn. It is currently 4 degrees at the moment, and obviously it's going to be a lot cooler at the top of the mountain, but it is obviously a very nice day and it actually is going to get warm this afternoon. The first layer has come off, 4 more layers, but I think we're coming into an open section now. That bit was just through the rainforest, which is really pretty. We are about 90 minutes into the hike, and this is the lake that we walked around 2 days ago. The mountain we're summiting is the one just behind it, surrounded by the clouds. That actually looks a lot steeper than I thought it was going to. It's going to be pretty fun. So now we got a 2.5 up and back trip to get to the summit, and it does look like we're scrambling up some rocks. I was actually thinking I could have just waited and done this when it was actually warm, but I actually think it's pretty cool that we can say we saw snow in Tassie, so I'm actually glad I've done it when I have. Oh, almost fell over. This is actually so cool. This section does look even steeper. I'm gonna have to put the GoPro away. I'm gonna need all 4 limbs. Otherwise I won't see you guys at the top. I'll be at the bottom. All right, hopefully see you up there. Made it to the top. Oh my gosh, it's so nice up here, guys. The track was actually a lot more technical than I thought, but we made it, and now that the sun's come out, hopefully it does melt some of the snow, because it actually was very slippery in some spots, but well and truly worth it. My bag is jam-packed with all my layers. I can't fit this one in, so it's going to be a very hot walk back down, but I'll see you guys at the bottom of this rocky section. So we did actually climb up that mountain that I showed you guys, and then you go over this scramble, up over that, and then there's actually another one of them to then get to the top. But this is so sick. All the snow has melted, and it's such a nice day now, but there's no more snow on any of the track. It is pretty crazy to think we just climbed to the very top of that, well, pretty much on the other side of that. I've just found this trail. There's a few different ways that you can get back down to the bottom, but I kind of wanted to go past a few lakes. I actually did pack bathers, so I don't know, we might just sit by the lake for a couple hours now that the sun's out, see if I can find somewhere nice. We're about to have a pretty good view of Dove Lake, which is what we walked around, not yesterday, the day before. So nice. Tasmania is home to over 4,200 mapped rivers and streams. There are over 225 named waterfalls, but the total estimate exceeds 1,000. So my days usually start by soaking in some sunshine by 1, followed by my ongoing attempts to catch my first trout. This is the river that we're going to fish at for the next few hours. It actually is very, very beautiful here, but before we get into it, I do need to get changed because I did just buy some waders. They're basically like overalls that you don't get wet. So I'm going to be out amongst it, and hopefully that means a bigger chance of catching a fish. So if you can't already tell, guys, I'm taking this very seriously. I did do a lot more research. Apparently the best time for trout fishing is actually in another month or two, but it's obviously not impossible to catch them now. So because there is so many river systems here, I just thought every time I go by one, I'm just gonna have a flick and hope for the best, which is what I'm gonna spend the next couple of hours doing. So this is obviously to keep me dry. I'll be able to go up to waist deep in the water, although it doesn't look that deep here. Let's test them out and then I'll go get the rod and the camera, the other camera. Actually, I'm probably scaring the trout away, but I think we'll fish up over there anyway, where that little waterfall section is. So cool. It's also so beautiful here, guys. I'll grab all my stuff and I reckon we'll go up over there. And when I said a lot of persistence, I mean a lot of persistence. So I've put my trout endeavours on pause for now and we'll cut straight across the state and head over to the east. Now I'll come back over and head further west eventually, but for now we've got a few waterfalls to check out before we head over to the Bay of Fires. This is so beautiful, guys. Guys, what? This is so pretty. This 29-kilometre stretch of coastline is renowned for its striking contrast of white sand beaches, crystal clear turquoise water and vibrant orange granite boulders. So that was a sneak peek of the Bay of Fires. We'll have a better look at it all tomorrow. You can actually camp right on the front, but I pulled into 2 of the campgrounds. I'm pretty sure there's 5 and it actually was quite busy. So I'm thinking that we go find somewhere else to camp for tonight, and then when everyone sort of leaves, or people might leave tomorrow at like 10 a.m, we'll try and get a spot on the front. But for now, I have just started driving down this 4-wheel drive track because there's a campground maybe another 5-ish 100 meters down that way. But I thought I'd better get out of the car because this looks a bit soft, but I'm thinking I won't need to put the tires down. I'll just floor it through. This is why you have a 4-wheel drive, my friends. We didn't quite get beachfront camping, but we've got lakefront camping and the whole campground to ourselves. I am getting hungry. It is time for dinner. I've actually got a fair few options because I did go food shopping today. I'm thinking either burgers or like a pad thai noodle dish. I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, something full of something. Something, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright. Oh my gosh. Guys, I don't remember what that rhyme was, but I think I'm going to make, yeah, stir fry but with mince. I wonder how that would go. Got capsicum, carrot, broccoli, onion, garlic, rice noodles, beef, and pad thai sauce. This is what I've ended up with. I'm gonna have meals for days with this. Big meal prep. Dinner with a view. Yum. The noodles are probably overcooked, but still yummy. Dinner finished and all the dishes are put away. It's actually just cooled down quite a fair bit too. It is so hard to get out of bed in the morning, guys. So this morning, because I've been sleeping until like after 8, which is like pretty late for me. So I thought, nah, this morning or last night when I went to bed, I was like, I'm gonna leave it zipped open so I wake up to the natural light at probably like 6:37. I woke up at 5:30 shaking because the nights dropped so much. I had to zip it up so I was warm, and then obviously I woke up at 8 again. So I don't know, my days are starting pretty late here in Tassie, but they do end late because it's about 8:30 right now and it's obviously still light. so nice with that turquoise water, the white sand and those red rocks. I'm just cooking up some lunch and then we'll go a little bit further down. I'll show you guys these campgrounds. I highly doubt we're going to get one along the front, but we'll head down that way next. So these are the spots all along the front beach. So it's like this at pretty much all 5 campgrounds. I mean, we'll do a few laps. We'll see if maybe someone's left, but otherwise we might end back up where we were last night. But it'd be a beautiful spot, having your own little private spot on the beach. Oh, that is a prime spot. No luck at those campgrounds, and to be honest, they're way too full for me. So we'll say goodbye to this little area here. Gonna drive maybe 15 minutes away. There's another campground by the beach. So we'll have a look at that and see how we go there. Alrighty, this is us, and the beach is somewhat down that way. Oh, we can just see it. This is Dora Point Campground, and it's also all free and it's all undesignated, even though there is numbers on the campgrounds. I did double check. The free camping in Tassie is unbelievable. There is like obviously a lot of free camps around Australia, but the free camping here is in beautiful locations, and I've just never had anything like this anywhere else in Oz. Oh my gosh. Now, after a lot of downtime relaxing on the East Coast, I think it's time we get a bit of adrenaline going and do a little fall driving. So I've ventured up to the north and we're going to do the Bridport to Bellingham fall drive track. Oh, you can see the beach. Gotta love reading this before you start a track by yourself. I'm actually so keen though. So here we are here. This must be the sand dunes along this bit. And then we're just gonna get to here tonight. So this is camp. Now for these tires, I'm thinking it is going to be quite soft. Let's put them down to 12, and then if I need to put them down more, we can obviously do so. These little tire deflators are so much easier than what I used to use. You just set it to the number that you want it. That is 12, and then you just twist it on and it goes down to exactly that number. That'll do. Tires down, forward drive on, traction control off, throttle controller on as well. Let's start. The 22-kilometre track is pretty straightforward, alternating from inland tracks to driving along the beach. It is a popular destination on weekends and on holidays, so it's not hard to see track marks on exactly where to go. You can complete this in a couple of hours, but I decided to slow down and spend a night at the designated camp spot. I really don't think you can get too much better than this right now, guys. What a spot. So camp is set up. I'm about to start cooking a burger. Been soaking in some sun rays here, and have a look at this view. Beautiful. We are doing egg, burger, cheese, spinach, barbecue sauce. Dinner is served. Watch this go absolutely everywhere. Oh, and the spinach is just falling out. Hopefully this bite will get some burger.
I know a girl. I know a
Guys, this is so steep. I don't even think it's doing it justice. The track actually goes that way. Cruises back over there. But yeah, this is huge. This is a steep, steep climb. Oh, it's hot in that sun too. Oh my gosh. What? I'm getting puffed. I'm only halfway up. My legs are actually getting sore trying to climb this. This is wild. Ah! I hope I can just slide down. I'm almost there. Whew. Wow. I'm pretty tempted to do it. I wonder if I'm going to roll my car butt. I wonder if the cruiser would make it up this. Even this one here is super steep, but I'm pretty tempted, guys. Should we just give it a go? Let's have a look. It is super soft with lots of ruts. Oh, there's a little critter there. Hey, bud. Someone's definitely got stuck just here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm puffed. This is nuts. But you know what? Let's give it a go. I couldn't not give that a go while I was here. I was close, but that last little section, it was like a little bit steeper and I just couldn't get the momentum. But yeah, super, super fun. Now I've got to walk up the hills and get both cameras. Here is the top part of the track. So I'd like to say, I think I got up here. All you're gonna hear is my breathing. Did I get to here? Oh no, maybe a little further. I think here. So I had a little bit more to go. And I've got my breath back, so now we will continue on to the next section. Guess what, guys? We made it. Yay, what a fun track. Now to pump all 4 tyres back up. I wasn't happy with how that spinner was swimming. I've actually been trialing a few different lures and this one is actually swimming the best. There's actually quite a fair bit of current in the middle and I just couldn't get the spinner to spin properly. So this is a floating lure and I reckon this is the one. When the hair gets pulled up, you know you mean business. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys, no way. Oh my gosh. No way. That just happened. Guys, what? Alright, the hook's out of me. Yay! I'm just gonna get a quick photo with him. My first trouts. Oh my gosh! That happened, that all just happened way too quick. Trout are real, guys. Trout are real. Oh, guys, just, yes! Yes! Oh, he's only little piece here. Oh, cute. Little wild brown trout. How good. But he must grow and be bigger. The legal size for trout in this river is 22 centimeters, so he wouldn't have been too much less than that, but we do need a bigger one because I am keen to keep it and cook it up. I've been letting the GoPro just run to try and get a few hookups for you guys, but with that, the battery does die a lot quicker, and all the batteries on me are actually about to die, and the car is a fair while away, so I won't be able to do that. But if I get another trout, you guys will definitely know about it. I really didn't even think I had one on then. Hi, bud. You're a little bit bigger. I was honestly just reeling that in like normal because the lure was just floating down and I had a fish on. All right, let's see if he's big enough. This one is definitely legal. Yes! He is the perfect size for a meal for one. I'm actually thinking I'm going to cook it up tomorrow. So I'll fillet it now, I'll gut it, put it in the fridge, and then we'll do a cook up then. All right, I'm just cutting down the stomach. Okay guys, you can tell this is my first time, but I know that's the bloodline that also needs to wash out. Alrighty, time to cook up this trout. So I've just come down to this beautiful river. Every river here is just absolutely stunning. And I was trying to think about how I want to cook it because this is the first time I'm trying trout. But I think I'm just going to do it basic. I'm going to pan fry it. I was thinking of making a fire, but I just don't want any room for error for my first try. So I'm just going to pan fry it in lemon, butter, and then I do have some lemon and herb seasoning. Ooh, yum. I wish that you guys could smell this. I'm so excited to try. Here is the finished product. Yum. Made a little bit of a mess out of it, but at least there's no bones. Taste test. I'm very excited. Mmm. 10 out of 10. Yum! It's actually probably exactly what I thought it was going to taste like. But that is delicious. Everything also tastes so much better when you actually catch it yourself. But trout, 10 out of 10. Well, now that I can finally say that I've caught and tried trout, it's time to head back over to the east coast, but this time we'll head a little further south around Bicheno. We'll be exploring another famous area of the state, Wineglass Bay. We're now flying up and over Coles Bay, which is the closest little coastal town home to only 500 people. Now, the highlight of this flight is, of course, Wineglass Bay. This beach has been named Australia's best beach several times, and you'll soon see why. The region was declared a national park in 1916, making it one of Tasmania's oldest. It's located 2 hours from Launceston, or around 2.5 hours from Hobart. It's obviously known for its hiking trails, mountains, and beautiful beaches, but it's also home to plenty of wildlife, such as Tasmanian devils, wombats, wallabies, numerous bird species, and of course venomous snakes. Now all that low cloud is actually passed and the sun's come out, so we're going to go find a beautiful spot to camp by the beach. I've found this four-wheel drive truck. It says four-wheel drive access only, but I doubt I'm going to even have to put it in four-wheel drive at all. We're on this road for a few kilometres, and yeah, that'll be us for today, and then tomorrow we'll explore even more of the national park. Well, I am pleasantly surprised because I genuinely was not thinking it was going to be this pretty. Wow. I have been sitting here for quite a while. It's so peaceful, but I'm thinking let's go back to camp and we'll start the setup. Just about to pop the tent, but have a look at this little cutie. Hi, little guy. Bed is made and the kitchen is set up. And now it is dinner time. I'm just going to fry off some veggies. I've got some beef mince that went off 2 days ago. Surely that'd be okay. It's not chicken. I absolutely hate wasting meat, so I'm going to eat it anyway. And then I've got bone broth and noodles. I'm going to make like some soupy noodly dish. Water is on, beef is in, and then once that's cooked, oh, I gotta put broccoli in. Broccoli and then just the broth. This is the finished product. A nice noodly, oh, imagine that fell, soup. Oh, it's not really soup. I don't know what it is, guys. This is dinner. The only thing I wish I had was chili oil, but other than that, this is pretty yum. So tomorrow I really want to hike Mount Amos. I don't really know too much about it. I just know that it's going to be a beautiful view. So I will go to the visitor centre tomorrow morning and we'll find out a bit more information then. But for now, time to pack up and then I'll go to bed and I'll see you guys tomorrow for this hike. Oh my gosh. This is so beautiful. So this is Coles Bay. Wow, 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 wow. So keen for this walk. So I did go to the visitor centre and they let me know that the top part of the track is actually pretty full on. You got to go on all fours and kind of climb up, and apparently that rock is super slippery and to maybe not do the hike unless you've got hiking shoes, which I actually don't have, but we're doing it anyway. So in the backpack I got lots of water, snacks, a sandwich, and we're on our way. This is a grade 4 hike. It's only around 4 kilometers return, but as mentioned, it is very steep and can be very slippery. If there's rain on the forecast or it has rained overnight, it is advised that you give this a complete miss. But on a beautiful day like this, we should make it to the top and we should get the best panoramic views of Wineglass Bay. Where do we go now? Up? Well, we are basically just going straight up rock for a little while now, but this view, it's amazing. see what they mean about the slippery rock. Ah! Oh, this is nice, a little bit of downhill. That's never a good sign when you're going up. And we're going back up. I see us getting closer to the top. Very slow and steady. Well, I see why they recommend hiking shoes for this. I've actually slipped up a couple of times, and that one just then I proper just whacked this right on the ground. Surprised it didn't crack. So I think I'm gonna have to put this camera away until I get to the top.
I said let go.
Oh my bloody gosh.
I said let go. I said let go.
All these beautiful beaches made me so excited to continue venturing down south. So this is Bruny Island and it is a must. You drive down to Kettering, which is roughly 30 minutes south of Hobart. And from here you jump on a ferry that only takes around 15 minutes and costs $55. So there's a North Bruny and a South Bruny, and then to connect those two areas, it's the neck, which is what you would have seen in that footage. So we're gonna go back there now. I wanna see what it looks like with the sun up. It should be nice and blue, but have a look at this beach. So pretty. The island has a small permanent population of around 800 people, with over 2/3 of homes being holiday or short-term rentals. The main industries are tourism, agriculture and fishing. It's renowned for its local produce including oysters, cheese, honey and premium whiskey. Well, there is a few more cars here than there was bright and early this morning, but let's go up the stairs and we'll see what it looks like from up top. We are now on the southern end of Bruny Island, and I actually did forget that it gets dark quite early now. So I think for the rest of today, it's just finding somewhere to camp. I usually try to avoid rocking up at campgrounds at night, as I do like to see the area and get a feel of the place, but it doesn't always happen that way. So here we are at Jetty Beach Campground, a beautiful spot by the beach which you'll see in the morning. Morning guys, how good is waking up next to a beach? I could actually hear it at camp too. So camp is only just up there, that little short walk to get down here. And have a look at this. Starfish 1, starfish 2. Guys, I've just found an abalone. How cool. There are so many little critters around these rocks. That is one fluffy caterpillar. I've just run back to the car because I've seen 2 abalones and one of them definitely looks big enough. So I'll just grab the knife, the measurer, and we'll head on back down. Oh my gosh, guys, there's one just here. Abalone is a highly priced seafood delicacy, so I did definitely want to try it while I was down here. So even better that I got to find one myself. You do need an abalone fishing license and follow the strict protocols in place. Now I must admit they really don't look too appetizing to me, but I am keen to give it a try at camp later tonight. And how beautiful is its shell? I am so happy with that, guys. So if you've been here for a while, you know that I do actually have a skin condition to cold water. So I haven't been able to dive down here or just be in the water like I'd like to if I was up north, and my legs were in it just then. And yeah, they definitely didn't enjoy that cold stuff, but I am so happy with how that just worked out. And now let's head to the next location for the day. The next location is just around the corner, which is Cape Bruny Lighthouse. This was built by convicts in 1836 and was active until 1996. It was then replaced by an automated solar-powered light station on a nearby headland. It's one of Australia's oldest lighthouses and is currently the only one in Tasmania offering tours. time to go to camp. So we're gonna camp at Cloudy Corner, which is just over at the end of this beach. So you don't need to put your tires down. It's super hard, super compact. So let's keep on driving. The cruiser did get pretty dirty from one of those tracks before, but
I said let go. I said let go. I said let go.
what a perfect camp spot. So happy with this camp spot. So before that sun goes all the way down and it starts getting super cold, I am going to have a shower. So I'll show you guys how I use my Boss Aluminium shower tent. This is the inside. So I've got a pocket here for keeping things dry, and then pockets everywhere for all of my other bits and pieces, and so much room. So now I'll show you how I get water in here. So that swings off the bracket, and now I can open my canopy. And then I heat up some water. Heat up some water for my fragile skin. So the rest of my hot water will go into this, and then this is my rechargeable shower. Nice stuff. So now all I have to do is press this button here. I will have a lovely hot shower. Guys, I'm not camping alone. You are very friendly. This is stunning. What a perfect spot. It is dinner time, so may as well try this abalone for the first time. So I've never cooked it, but I think I'll just cook it in butter, and then I'll mix it in with some garlic and herb blend. I forgot to show you guys this earlier. So this is what you have to carry with you, and you measure them from the widest part of the shell. Alrighty, taste test on what is known as the sea bacon. That is actually way better than I thought it was going to be. I am so happy with how that all worked out. So there is one more region that I'm keen to show you guys. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning guys, another beautiful day on Bruny Island, and the plan now is to, well, I'm pretty much finished packing up camp, so we're going to drive across this beach and then drive to the other side and head to Adventure Bay. Look how cute this is. So it's just on the side of the road and there's all these little things for sale. Oh, I love that. Jams, chutney. All right, let's see what's in here. Oh, how cute. Should we buy one? Alright, I think we need to buy something. I found $7. I don't know which one to get. This is a tough decision. I usually love chocolate, but I'm thinking maybe Anzac biscuits. Or lemon cake. Maybe lemon cake. Yummy. Now, as I arrived into Adventure Bay, I saw something that I have never seen in all my life, and I have seen a lot of kangaroos and wallabies. Here we have an albino wallaby. This is extremely rare in the wild with an estimated occurrence of 1 in every 100,000. They are considered one of the rarest albino animals in the world. A small population is able to thrive at Bruny Island due to the lack of predators here. This was so cool to see, and I'm so grateful that I got to see one. Now we are in the final weeks of autumn, which means I am utilising every single sunny hot day that I have left. So from down south, I decided to duck out over to the west to experience some beautiful weather in the mountains. We're on our way out to Queenstown, and literally just on the side of the road before you get to this town, there's Nelson Falls. This ancient rainforest walk is highly accessible, unlike many of Tasmania's remote hikes. The trail is completely flat and well maintained. It is one of Tasmania's official 60 Great Short Walks. You'll walk beneath towering myrtle, sassafras and giant ferns. These plants evolved alongside relatives now found in South America and New Zealand. It's just gotten so dark. Oh my gosh, it is stunning. Seriously, so stunning. Now, let's keep on driving out towards Queenstown. into Queenstown, you can really see the shift in landscape. A century of heavy copper mining, deforestation, and sulphur smoke has created a colourful crater-like environment. We are now approaching the Iron Blow Lookout, Tasmania's first major large-scale mine. It began as a gold and silver prospect in 1883 before evolving into a massive, open-cut copper mine that sparked the region's historic mining boom. Well, this town is surrounded by beautiful rocky mountains, a lot of pine trees, and what looks to be a very windy road going down into it. The road leading into Queenstown is famous for its stomach-churning 99 distinct switchbacks, also known as the 99 bends. The town has an extremely wet and cloudy climate. Believe it or not, it's actually one of the wettest spots in Tasmania, so I got extremely lucky with a day like today. It records an average annual rainfall of over 2,400 mil and has a population of only 1,800 residents. I was thinking we might camp somewhere around Queenstown out by a river or one of those beautiful lakes like we saw, but I'm now thinking that I want to keep on driving an extra 40 kilometers out to Strahan, which is the most remote town in Tasmania, because we're obviously over on the west coast, which means the sun sets on the west, so we'll get a beautiful beach sunset. I reckon that is the plan for the rest of the day. Just in the nick of time. Guys, this is stunning. There are not a lot of places where you can get a beautiful beach like this and then mountains in the distance. Wow. And look at all of that. What an absolutely perfect end to a perfect day. morning guys, another beautiful day over on the west coast. So we are at Macquarie Heads campgrounds, and to stay here was $33. There are actually some free camps on the way in, but once I pulled up for the sunset and I saw this long stretch of beach, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna pay it and stay here to do a nice long beach walk, which I did this morning and it was really beautiful. But I don't really know what that money goes towards because there's only one toilet, and at a lot of free camps there are toilets in Tassie anyway. But regardless, beautiful spot, and I did have a lot of friends at camp last night. So many possums and so many wallabies, and it is a good reminder to make sure that you don't feed the wildlife because they were hanging around all night trying to look for scraps. And it was pretty cute for a little while, and then they were making a lot of noise throughout the night, which wasn't as cute. But the plan for today is to keep exploring around Strawn. There is an ocean beach. Well, there was a sign to an ocean beach yesterday, which is over on the other side, that I'm pretty keen to go and have a look at. And yeah, we'll just do a bit more exploring around here. So let's start the day. This is actually just off the road. I didn't even realize that last night when I was driving by. I was too focused on making the sunset, but this is actually a really cool spot. So if you don't want to camp up by the beach, camping in the woods here for free sounds pretty bloody good. So pretty. Strawn is a little harbourside village home to only 650 people. It has a supermarket, servo, 2 pubs and some small independently owned stores. You can actually jump on a river cruise where you'll learn about the harsh convict and pioneering history and explore Sarah Island, which was one of the most brutal prisons in Australia. Operating from 1822 to 1833, it was a secondary punishment station for repeat offenders. There are over 880 recognised walks in Tasmania and over 2,800 kilometres of walking tracks. Something I didn't quite realise before I got here is that we actually can't go any further down the west coast than where we've been exploring recently. So this is the map of Tasmania, and this whole section, the Southwest National Park, is only accessible by foot or helicopter. There is an 85-kilometre multi-day trek called the South Coast Track that usually takes 6 to 8 days to complete. The region is considered one of the most untouched and pristine wilderness areas on the planet. So if you're into big overnight beautiful hikes into vast rugged landscape, Tasmania is definitely the place for you. But for now, I'll be sticking to some smaller ones, but who knows, it would be super cool to go and experience that region one day. I'm thinking definitely in summer. There's a mine shaft here that we can go in. This mine shaft is one of many scattered throughout the hills surrounding Montezuma Falls. Tin, gold, silver, lead and zinc were mined. Let's go in. Guys, this is scary. How cool. Well, we've hit a suspension bridge. We've got to make it to the other side and then we'll go back to the waterfall. Man, this moves a lot. Now we'll go back across. Oh my gosh, wow. Ah, it's so wobbly. Made it. Guys, this is huge. It goes for ages. That was well and truly worth the walk, absolutely stunning. So now we'll head on back to the car and head to the next destination. I don't know about you guys, but I would say this looks like a pretty bloody perfect camp spot. So what is for dinner, you may ask? Well, we are eating bloody good tonight, thanks to Craig from Queenstown. It is so nice meeting some of you guys while I'm on the road and traveling. I always love to have a chat, and I was gifted with this, which is so extremely generous. So we're going to have a garlic chili pasta. These red rock lobsters taste so much better than the ones up north too. That's up there with my favorite food. So thank you, Craig, and I'm very, very excited to try it. So firstly, I am just cutting open the shell and removing the meat from the craytail. This is actually already cooked, so I only have to heat it up. Then I've got some garlic and some chili, so I'm cutting them up nice and fine. Frying that off in some good quality butter, and I do have some water boiling for the pasta. This is definitely the nicest backdrop I have ever had while cooking dinner. Look at that. Wow, wow, wow. Next goes in the spinach, baby tomatoes, and the cray meat. I can't believe how yum this smells. So now, just putting the pasta across. Dinner is served. No words. Delicious. Thank you, Craig. Cockle Creek is the literal end of the road in Australia, located exactly 148 kilometres south of Hobart. This is the last road before entering complete wilderness for hundreds of kilometres. Now, the last 10 to 20 kilometres to get here are on an unsealed dirt road, but it is accessible to two-wheel drive. The South Cape track I'm taking you on takes us to South Cape Beach and is a 15-kilometre return hike. The trail crosses a mix of environments, including open woodland, sandy dunes, and muddy patches, but it does have boardwalks along the way, which kinda help keep your shoes clean. I can hear the ocean, so we must be getting close. Well, we have made it onto the beach. The hike was actually really nice, and I feel like this beach is well worth it, even though it is actually starting to drizzle a little bit. But this is actually the closest that you can get to Antarctica, so we're getting a bit of that Arctic chill. But there's beautiful rock faces over there, and just the landscape around is stunning. And now for the walk back to camp. I'm actually thinking I might get back there when it gets dark, because the days are actually quite short now. The sun comes up at about 7:45 and it goes down at 4:30. I did just have a quick little look at my Heaver maps, and I actually think that that trail that goes to the most southern point is off this trail somewhere, but I can't quite see it, and I don't obviously have any service. So when I get back to camp, I'll chuck the Starlink on and download all trails, and we'll do that track tomorrow. Okay, so upon a little bit of research, and if anyone's from this area or knows a little bit more information, please correct me if I'm wrong, but there is only 2 trails here. So the trail that we did yesterday, that 15 odd K one, that is technically the most southern point you can go. But from there, if you were feeling extra adventurous, you could actually go across the cliffs and then walk down to the very southern point, which I'm not even sure if people do. I was just kind of zooming in on maps on satellite, and I don't know, it'd be a bit of an adventure to do that. But if anyone's done that, please let me know. So I think I'm going to claim that we just went to the most southern part anyway, and then this other trail goes to the other side, which is what we'll do today. Hopefully the rain will hold off. So across this road there's just campgrounds just like this one, and they all have a drop toilet and a beautiful view of the ocean. Well, we can see these mountains up over in the distance, which is pretty cool. And I might have spoken a little too soon about this rain. I don't know how fun this is going to be, guys. We actually can't do the walk because Fisher's Point track predominantly follows the beach and rocky foreshore. It's not recommended to attempt this walk above mid-tide level, as there is no consistent track behind the foreshore, and it's actually coming up on high tide. So high tide's in a couple of hours. So that is a little bit of a shame, but let's just walk a little bit of it and we'll see if we can get to the beach. The track keeps on going around this beach, so those waves are just going to come up higher and higher, so we definitely can't do that. So I'm going to head back to the car, pack up camp, and then we'll go to our next location. Now I think I know the perfect way to warm up for this afternoon. Before we head back through Hobart, we're making a stop off at Kettering. This spot here is the gateway to Bruny Island, so if you are planning a trip there, this could be a really great way to start or finish that island adventure. We're going to Sauna Boat Tasmania. This view overlooking the harbour is absolutely beautiful, and it does have a plunge pool if you're brave enough to reap the benefits of a contrast therapy. I, however, just stuck to the sauna and it gets up to 120 degrees, so the beanie did come off very quickly. I did 10 minutes on and a couple minutes off outside in the cold to cool down before repeating until the hour session completed. I cannot even tell you how good this was after a couple of cold days out on the trails. And now we're in Hobart, which is the capital of Tasmania, and it's Australia's second oldest capital city. I did try driving around with the GoPro attached to the vehicle, but it was just a nightmare. Too much traffic for me and nowhere for me to park, but I did really want to show you guys some of this city because I was really interested to see what it looked like before I arrived. The population of Greater Hobart is approximately 250,000, while the smaller city of Hobart's local government area has around 55,000 residents. Well, would you look at that? A blue sunny day. So we're out of Hobart over on the coast, and we're actually going to make our way down to Tasman Peninsula. That's where we'll sleep tonight. But a quick little stop off here because this beach is meant to be spectacular, and it already looks so beautiful coming down over that hill. So let's go have a closer look. How spectacular is that? And I've just found a little hut. Well, I definitely do think that this little shelter was made for kids. So we're at Marion Bay at the moment, and this stretch of sand runs for 9 kilometers. So it would be a beautiful spot to go for a nice long beach walk. And those mountains in the distance, stunning. Now, it would be rude to leave Tassie and not eat a Tassie staple. So I did go by a bakery earlier and I picked up a curried scallop pie. So I'm going to chuck it in the pie warmer. We'll keep on driving, and in about half an hour or so, it'll be ready to eat. It is best to heat these up a little bit before you put it in, but it'll be right. Guys, this is actually bloody delicious. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Mmm. I probably got it all over my mouth. That is bloody good. And we have made it into the national park, another stunning beach. I did just pay my $13 to camp because the campground is just up around the corner over there. And there's just so much more that I want to see, guys. It's crazy. I could honestly stay here for another 6 months and still only touch the surface of Tassie. There is so many more hikes down south that I would have loved to do. There's a heap around here that I won't get the chance to do. The northwest of the state, and also I've only ticked off 1 out of 4 of the islands of Tasmania. So when I eventually come back down here, I still have so many more places to see. I have had a pretty good go at it, but 6 months in, I still have so much more to see. I actually forgot to tell you guys something that happened the other day. So when we did that walk out at Cockle Creek out to the southern point, I left my camp chair next to my car, which I always do, and it's probably a little bit of a wake-up call to make sure you put your stuff away, but it was at camp. So I left my chair at camp, went for that walk, and I come back, someone had stolen my chair. And my towel was actually sitting on the chair, and they'd gone to the effort to fold the towel up, put it over like a fence thing, just like what's behind here, and then still took the chair. I come back, I was like, I'm so confused. So I thought, you know what, I could buy another chair now, but I'm actually going to go back to mum and dad's house in Victoria after Tassie, and I've got 2 more camp chairs there. So I'm like, it's just a bit wasteful if I buy another camp chair when I could just take one off mum and dad out of my pile of storage that I've got in their shed. So kind of regret that decision now, because we're going to have a campfire. I'm not even going to have a chair, but I'll do some sort of makeshift makeshift chair or sit on the towel that they didn't steal. How about that? How good is a campfire, but perfect. Almost perfect. I have made something very simple for dinner tonight. This is usually my breakfast. I've made a protein yogurt bowl with some granola and blueberries, and it's actually really nice to eat something cold by a fire. Well, the temperature has well and truly dropped. It is bloody freezing. There are so many stars in the sky. I've got the smoke from the fire and there's a little bit of light, but I'm going to do a long exposure on my iPhone. We'll see what it comes up with. And lastly, we are going to be exploring around the South Arm region. So a lot of surfers come down here, big waves, beautiful beaches, and a lot of walking tracks. And because this is south facing, tonight there is actually a high possibility that we might be able to see an aurora or the southern lights. So my fingers and toes are crossed that some of these clouds might pass. We might get lucky to see that. But for the next few hours, I'll show you guys some of these beaches. Another beautiful beach. I'm thinking this one's actually my favorite, and the sun is setting just over there. So on this side we're getting some pinks and purples. It looks like fairy floss. so pretty. Now I'm going to need you guys to cross your fingers and cross your toes for me tonight with this aurora. If we got lucky and this happened, it would make my absolute year. I've always wanted to go to the Northern Lights, and I'm sure I will end up doing that one day, but to see the Southern Lights, that would just absolutely top off my whole trip to Tasmania. Oh my gosh. So when I look up at the sky, I can see a slight tinge of green, but then when I use my phone and I take a long exposure photo and it's on some sort of night mode, it is so much more vibrant. So I think we are experiencing it. I've just checked a few of the local Facebook pages and everyone's saying they can see a bit of green in the sky. So I'm gonna do that and then insert some photos of this now. Oh my gosh, guys. If that was not the most perfect end to my trip, I don't know what would be. It is now time to make our way back to the boat and head back to mainland Australia. Hello, Victoria. Not as nice of a view as when we went the other way. Well guys, I survived the crossing. So I did actually leave it to the very last minute for me to get back to Victoria because I have a very busy weekend this weekend there and this week coming. So I stayed in Tassie as long as I could. But of course with that, I just didn't even bother worrying too much about the conditions of the sea to get back because I just wanted to stay there as long as I could. And it was very, very rough, but I've survived. I did take a lot of quells and I did get some sleep. So I'm very happy to be on the other side. And that will now wrap up the adventure of Tasmania. I cannot believe how much I loved that state. I don't know how people travel it in a month. 4 weeks is not enough time, let alone 10 weeks is also not enough time. That's how much I originally had to begin with. I already cannot wait to go back. I really thought that after I do these few months in Tassie that I was not going to come back down south probably ever again. No, I really do love the northern part of the country, but I'm already so excited to come back and do that southern end properly in summer and just go to all those spots that I missed in between because it's just beautiful and I've really enjoyed myself down there. So I hope that you guys enjoyed coming along with me as well, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. If you've made it to this point and you've enjoyed this one, please give it a like and subscribe for weekly adventures. I am so excited to continue sharing more of Australia with you back on mainland, and I'm so appreciative of every single one of you for being here. I do also have a Patreon account, which is where I post shorter form videos and day-to-day sort of stuff of life on the road, and I do also have an Instagram page and a Facebook page as well, and they're linked in my description. Thanks guys, and I'll see you next week.